Sorry guys, we had a connection glitch. One of these things, they're bound to happen.
Yeah.
But anyway, we have got Kate Holt coming up next. And I know it's going to be a good one. I'm going to definitely be, well, I've been queued into all of you, to be honest, guys.
Watching this.
But yeah, this is the dirty pouring. Yeah, it is. So, have we got a name yet for a winner?
You're not admin on a page. You're not admin on a page, so you can't do it.
Ah, we might have to jump back to you for a winner on this one. We're having a few technical
Not admin
issues.
on his page.
Okay, let us get back to you on the winner for this prize. What's coming up
post
next?
The winner's name under the feed of the next video. But this is up for grabs. This video coming. So 2 fusion pots of paint. Look at those gorgeous colours.
They really are gorgeous.
And IOD have very generously donated this Queen Bee stamp.
Love this.
It is gorgeous.
A lot of uses for
So
that.
this is up for grabs this hour.
So you need to be watching Kate Holt.
We have so far raised, back to front, £213. So keep donating, guys.
That's terrific. I think we're up to about 20% of our
goal was 1,000, so we're 20% there, so we've got to just keep going.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to
Plenty
sign
of time
off.
to donate.
Look for the winner underneath, and it will be posted. And good luck, Kate, with what you're doing next.
Cheers.
Hi everybody, my name's Kate from Colour Me Katie, and I'm hoping that you're all watching this marathon that we're all doing for Mental Health Awareness Week, and we're raising money for the charity Mind. The thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to do some acrylic pours, but before we do that I just want to do a little bit of prep. You know, you've got to do it all properly, haven't you? And also I'm just trying to work out whether or not this is being streamed so I can see comments at the Fairy Chic Emporium, the lady that's running the whole thing. Oh, hey, I've got people. Hello, Ruth. Hello. So I can see some comments, so I'm okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I think it's really important that people learn to prep their furniture, because if you don't do it properly, then you know, the paint doesn't stick at the end of the day. My husband's here watching me. He was going to help me do the video, but I think I'm going to be all right on my own, so you can go if you like. Bye, Tony. Look, you're going to go out the back door. Okay, right. So, oh, lots of people saying hello. Hello, Jackie Millington, Sam. Hello, Nikki Cash. Oh my goodness, lots of people. This is really good. Right, so I'm going to be really boring and make you do the proper stuff first. So this is an example of, you know, an old chair that you can quite often get these things in a charity shop for £5. And this is what I'm very passionate about, is upcycling. I'm part of Upcycle Down on Twitter. On Tuesdays they are give it a little punt for you. So, you know, why go and buy a new piece of furniture when you can do something fab with an old piece? But the main thing is you really, really do need to clean your furniture. You have to degrease your furniture. All the polishes have got silicone in it. You just got to get rid of all that stuff. So, if you're asking questions, I can't see anything. Oh, somebody's tuned in from Texas. How nice is that? Hello, Georgia B. Owen. Oh, hello, Diane. Goodness, lots of people watching. This is really good. So, Fusion have got this really, really good product called TSP. And you use 2 capfuls in a litre of water, and you use that to clean your furniture with. I always put it into a spray bottle so that I can spray my furniture and spray my, you know, you can use a cloth, these applicator pads. I'm shamelessly punting all the Fusion stuff here. I might as well, hadn't I? So this is the Fusion pads as well. They're great for cleaning because they're white and you can see how much dirt is coming off, and then you know when you're ready. But they're also really good for using on like top coat and the hemp oil and all sorts of other products. Whilst I've got your attention, we've got 30 people now, can you please share this video? We need lots and lots of people to be watching because we need loads of people to come on and donate. This is how you donate if you want to know. So I'm going to hold this up to the camera, and you have to text to 770. The code is CMUL55. And then you put your amount in. Hope you can all see that. Look, you can see me shaking. I'm actually nervous. Or excited. What is it? I don't know. Right, so what you would do is spray your furniture, spray your sponge, get all the dirt off. You will know when you've got all the grease and dirt off because, you know, especially if you use something light, you'll be able to see it. You then give the piece of furniture a light sand, just using a 220 grit. And I'm going to shamelessly punt again now. Sandy hands. Oh, brilliant for this. Look at this. Actually, mine need a wash. They are reusable, the grits. They're brilliant. So these are great for chairs and things because you can get round all the awkward bits. So give everything a good sand. But you're only sanding just to kind of mattify the surface, take the top off of it. You're not sanding the wood back. If you sand before you clean, the friction of the sanding reactivates the oils. So remember, it's clean then sand. People have gone wrong a few times with that. If in doubt, clean sand, clean. But that's the main thing, is degreasing. So I just wanted to do that boring bit for you. Someone's just come over from watching on Home Revival. Yay! Yeah, so upcycling is the way to go. Nice piece of old furniture. But what we're going to do today, we're going to do an acrylic pour. Well, we're going to do a couple actually, and you can help me choose some colours and things. So this is what I mean. This is the kind of thing that we're looking to do. And I've been playing about with it because, of course, Fusion is an acrylic paint. So I've been hearing all this about dirty pours, acrylic pours, and I thought, oh, I wonder if that would work with Fusion. Makes sense to me. So I've tried it out. I do water it down a little bit with Floeterol, which is just a paint conditioner. And I've had some really, really good results actually. So I'm going to have to grab the phone and I'll show you a couple of things I've actually managed to do. Let me turn around. Okay, so this is a little old coffee table and I did try crackle glazing it. Hi Shelley, hello Joe Coke. And Shelley Hudson. So I did try crackle glazing it and made an absolute mess of it and really ruined the top surface. So I did my first acrylic pour on here when I had my work experience girl, Lauren Clifford, in with me, and we played about with this. But what's really amazing is, look how hard that surface is. You cannot scratch it off. That's the beauty of Fusion, is that it's acrylic resin based. So once it's cured, it is so hard. 21 days is how long it takes for it completely to harden. It will dry in a couple of hours, but hardening is a completely different thing. It's all about allowing the water in the paint to evaporate. And then the other piece that I did, which I thought was pretty cool, was this sideboard. Now, Sam Clark will get annoyed with me for saying this, but this was a MDF sideboard, nothing very special about it at all. The top was ruined because there was obviously something on the back and there was a big gouge out the back. So I had to fill the top. And this, again, is another one of these acrylic pours. And I think it looks pretty fab. What do you think? Do you like it? Oh, Katie from Sarah. All right, Sarah, down there. Right, anyway, I better get on and show you what I'm going to be doing. So I'll turn the camera around. It's kind of weird. Hello, Peter Spry. Peter Spry just ordered some gold, a gold project pot. I saw your order. Anyway, okay. Right, let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use, I don't know if you can see in the background here, this little table. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm actually going to paint the top in an acrylic pour so that it gives you a finished piece. So I've painted the base. This is ash. Can't keep ash in stock. It is crazy. Everybody loves it. It's one of the Fusion paints that almost seems to cover in like one coat. It's incredible. Goes on like butter. All the paints are slightly different. They're all made from the ground up. So, but ash is fantastic. So I'm going to be doing the top, and we're gonna, put an acrylic pour on top of that. So, have you lost me? It's hard to doing this on your own. Nikki Cash is on later and she's doing it on her own. I'm not the only idiot doing it on my own. I've got no Emma with me today. So I've prepped the underside of the top of the table and the edges, because although it'd be really nice to see the acrylic pool come down, if there's any gaps I thought it would look better with the ash sort of showing through. What do you think? Who's done a wrong emoji? Yes, can you do lots and lots of emojis? Apparently if you put lots of emojis whilst you're watching, hello Lisa, then it gets into the news feeds much better. A bit bleached out there, aren't I? Look how white it is up there. Anyway, right, so I have cleaned and just lightly sanded just to give it a bit of a key. And the colours I'm going to use, because it's ash, obviously I'm going to use ash. I'm also just going to do like a black and white marble effect. Thank you, Julia Bishop. And Jane, yes, love ash too. Okay, so I'm going to use ash, black, little lamb. Going to use a bit of the metallics as well, metallic silver, brushed steel, because they look great with a little bit of a metallic in them. And I think the reason why it works well with Fusion is because they make all their colours from the ground up. Each paint is slightly different, so they've got slightly different weights to them, which means that they kind of separate nicely when you do the pour, and the metallics are fab, absolutely fab. So this is the boring bit, watching me mix paint. But in the meantime, don't forget, if you want to donate, you know where you've got to go. 770, and the code is CMUL55, and then you put a pound sign and put £100, whatever you want. Oh, and the other thing is, whoever donates the most during my hour will get one of these tables. So hopefully we're going to see something look really cool at the end, and you might want it. So, right, so we're going to get some cups, and we're going to mix in each colour with a little bit of floaterol. This is the stuff. You can buy this on Amazon or wherever. So we mix the ratio. You don't want to put too much of this in because the paint, there's a danger the paint might not ever dry or cure. So, hello Tess. What measurements do you use? Tess, I'm making it up as I go along, my love. But what I've done, I'm going to mix up quite a bit of paint, and if it's any left over, I'm going to just use it up onto some little coasters and things so that I'm not wasting any paint. Right, so here we go. So I would say about a fifth floaterol to the paint. And of course I've got nothing to stir it with. Ha! Right, it's a good start. I've been thinking of all the things I needed for today. So I'm going to put quite a bit in that one because really the ash is going to be the main colour. So I'm just pouring in, and I'm just eyeballing it. And also I might use some ash on the other one that I'm doing, because I'm going to do a couple for you. Right, going to have to run and get something to stir with. My faithful paint sticks. Right, so that's the first colour stirred. There's nothing, you literally just, like a milkshake, you can see when it's all in because the floaterol's white, so it just sort of disappears. I'm going to do a bit of coal black, but not much, because I don't think there's going to be enough of a difference between the coal black and the ash. So I'll only do a bit of coal black. So that's only a tiny little bit of floaterol in there. I'm not even sure if that's how you pronounce it. Do you know how you pronounce it? So Annette is saying she loves the paint pools. Francesca, I buy it off Amazon, the floaterol. But I think a lot of sort of, there may be a few other paint places that would sell it. So that's my second colour. So for contrast, I'm going to put some picket fence, because I think that's the whitest of whites that Fusion do. casement's pretty close. I don't know, there's a slight difference between the two, but I just want this to look sort of like a black and white marble. So that's what I'm going for. Okay, so, right, let's put some white in here. So quite a bit of white, I'm thinking. We're all going to put this into a jug in a moment. Float roll. More sticks. Angela, hello Angela. Oh, Sherry. How are you, Sherry? Thanks, Sarah. Right, so that's white. Right, definitely got to have some metallic in it. I've just found the metallics just add that bit of bling, a bit of difference. Now, this is how strong fusion is. The best thing to do when you open a pot of fusion and you use it is clean it afterwards, or at least put a bit of cling film over it. I never do, because I'm such a messy person. So I'm going to have to bang this on the table to try and release. There you go, it releases. But that just shows you, it literally fuses itself. Right, so we're going to put some metallic in there. Love. See, look, you can see how messy it is. I even have some of those really handy little cling film dispensers, the short ones, and I still don't do it. Right. So the metallics are quite different. They've got quite a different makeup to the rest of the fusion paints, and they have mica in them and all sorts of things. They're absolutely lush. I don't know if you can see. They're great. Right. When it comes to the exciting bit, I will turn the camera around, don't worry. So, right, what have we got? So we need, I think, a grey in there. So I'm going to go for Little Lamb, partly because it's already open. No, I love Little Lamb. It's like the perfect mid-grey. Okay. So you have to make sure that you're sending lots of emojis. And why don't you? They always say this on these lives. So where is everybody watching from? Tell me where you're watching from in the world. Or are you just round the corner? Right, so a little bit of float roll in there. Just to make it runny. But in actual fact, I mean, I've not tried it, but I wouldn't be surprised if you could just use fusion without the float roll, because it's such a lovely paint that, you know, not that I'm biased in the slightest, it's such a lovely paint, and it's so smooth that I would have thought that any, you know, that you wouldn't even need to. Okay, so I've got canister, and I'm going to now put the colours in. Now, I've been watching other people do this, and there seems to be a system, but I don't understand how that works. You know, it's just going to end up on here. So you could just put all of one colour, then the next, and the next, or you can layer them, really entirely up to you. I think I'm going to layer them a bit. So ash is the main colour, because that's the body of the table. So I'm going to put sort of half my ash in. Then I want a bit of contrast. So I'm going to put half my white picket fence. And it's literally, I am literally just tipping it in. Oh, metallic, brush still. Then I'm going to go back, well not go back. So now here's the grey, Little Lamb. Little Lamb is one of the Tones for Tots ranges, which have been tested even further than all the other paints to prove how safe they are for children's furniture. So low or zero VOCs. Okay, so I've put all of that in. Now I'm going to put some white in. This better turn out nice. It'd be embarrassing if it wouldn't when it's live, wouldn't it? Okay, and now we're going to put the rest of the black. We've got way too much in here, so we will be doing some coasters. You can kind of just tell just by looking at it. And a bit more of the metallic. My God, this is way too much. Okay, So you don't stir it, you literally, make some room here, you literally pour it. This is as it sounds. I'm just going to put a bit of cardboard under here. I am the messiest person going when it comes to paint, and this is bound to get messy. So I might turn the camera around now. Okay, can't see the cup. Okay, so this, right, I'm going to turn it around so you can see the cup. Hold on. Okay, so that's the cup. So it's nothing, you know, there's nothing really to see because I've just poured them in one by one. So there are, I've seen people do them and they call them tree rings, where they put the pot straight in the middle and lift it up. We will do one of those in a second. But first I'm going to do this in a kind of, I'm going to do it in kind of a diagonal motion, because I want this to kind of look like marble, you know, black, white marble. Oh, someone from outside Edinburgh, a place I've never heard of, called Musselburgh. Burr it would be if it's Scottish. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to start tipping. My God, this is really going to make a mess, I can just tell. Right, and we need a swear box. I always swear. Right, hold on, let's go. So we're just tipping. Can you see? Wow. Already looks quite nice. Ooh, oh, look. My goodness. So I'm just going backwards and forwards. Try and get in all the areas. Just do that just for a bit of fun. And then, ooh, can't see how much mess it's going to be. I'm just going to have to put the phone down for a sec. Right, we're going to start tipping the paint, or tipping the board that it's on, and see what happens. Oh, look at that. I bet you're pleased you tuned in to watch paint dry. But look at that. This has got like, you've got kind of like little bits of reactions and things going on. Really nice. So just want to keep going. We want to kind of get it going back this way. This is so messy. And kind of thick as well. So where the paint is thicker, it's really moving. I don't know if you can see that, this bit here. Okay. And now I'm going to tip it up this end, because there's definitely some gaps down there. You can play about with, you know, straws or blowing and try and, you know, fill those gaps. So, wow. I kind of like it. I'm trying not to get it on my nice all-a-keely tablecloth. Right, so I'm tipping it this way a little bit more. What's really nice is these cells, look at those coming out there. We're going to add a magic ingredient to the next one to see whether or not we can get some bigger cells going on. Right, I'm going to tip it back this way now, I think. Don't want to tip it too much, I've found. If you keep tipping it, you end up with lots and lots of really tiny patterns like this. This is what we found with this. So try and keep the tipping to a minimum. I'm literally just trying to fill up these gaps. I feel like I want to get a straw and blow them. How annoying that gap is. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill it up with some paint. I can't have a gap. It's going to drive me insane. This is sort of cheating. And we've got a dribble there as well. So I've just filled that hole up. And then I just want to get down into this corner a bit more. Thank God I wore an apron. And she's swearing again. Right, hold on. Right, let's get this corner filled. Oh my God. Look at that. Yes. And I actually do want it dripping off the edge, because I think that's going to look really cool on the side of the table. See, look. So it's going to look like a solid piece of marble. Oh, it's fab, I love it. Right, just got to get a couple of areas over here. Kind of hard when you're trying to not get paint on your phone. I get paint absolutely everywhere. Right, there you go. So there's just a couple of areas. Normally I better pick it up a bit more, but because I'm trying to film this as well, sorry if it's all very shaky and stuff. I'm just going to fill them in with paint for now, which is a bit of a cheat, but what can you do? Okay, so what I might do is use up a little bit more of the paint on okay, oh no, we've got a gap over here. Can you see? Okay, so we're literally done. What do you think? Love the colour combo. I'm glad you did. Okay, I am actually going to be giving away one of these tables when it's dry in about 3 years' time. No, it won't be 3 years. It will literally be, it will dry within it's amazingly short amount of time, about a day or so. But it takes 21 days for it to absolutely harden and cure. I did show this earlier, but I'll bore you again with it. That is my nail, and that is how hard. Right, okay, so that's that one. Oh, look, can you see? Are you interested in seeing these bits? Hello, Kay Maynard. Jenny Thornborough. Yeah, so it's lovely. And even, look, see where I dribbled those bits backwards and forwards? Even that's quite nice. So it's literally a total experiment every single time. Okay, so obviously when it's all finished, I will post some pictures to show you, you know, what the table looks like, because somebody will win this table or the other one that I'm going to do. Right, okay, so we're going to move on to the second table, and that, oh look, just got to show you all my paint. Look at all my paint, isn't it lovely? Look at all my stuff over there. Anyway, so we're going to do another one, and we're going to do it in damask. I absolutely love this colour. It's like a kind of greyish, pinky lilac, but I think it's, I describe it as a greyish pink. I think it's just fantastic. It's really sort of muted and goes nicely with grey, and it's not so girly. It's great. Right, 2 seconds. I'm going to put this back up, and I will try and move this out. What are they all saying? There's comments going. And bring the other one in. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck. Tony, are you still here? Yeah. You wouldn't want to help me move this mess, would you? Just to the end here. You haven't got something to put it on. Look, I've got it on a bit of card. Look at it. That's all right. Look, actually, I've done it. I've done it. Here we go. Oh! That was nearly on the floor. That was nearly on the floor. Right, I'm just going to wipe up a little bit with some baby wipes, because that is incredibly messy. Okay. Oh, he's bringing me out a bit of ply. Yeah, not a bad idea actually. Yeah, just move that, it'll be fine. Okay, it's 3:30 already. Wow. Right, time flies when you're having fun. I'm going to put that on there. Right, I've got rid of that one. So now we're going to do another one. Tiny's laughing at the amount of mess that I'm making. This is unbelievable. So we're going to do this in the damask. So I have painted the underneath and the edges. I always think it's nice to paint the underneath of furniture. When you're selling it, when you load it in a van or car, and they see the unpainted back or bottom or whatever, it just looks so unprofessional. A bit like showing your knickers or something. Anyway, right, so I've got another piece of card here. Hopefully it won't be as messy as this one as that one. So again, base colour is going to be damask, and I will reuse some of these, and I will finish up with some of those coasters. So here's the damask. Loving this. I have got, how many? I've got 2 left in stock and 3 of the old colour. So if you want it, you have to order it now, because it's not going to be any for ages. So before we go on to doing the next one, I'm going to do the bit that I've got to do, and that is to remind you to share this video, keep watching all day, and this is where you send your money, and this gives you a chance of winning prizes. There's lots and lots of prizes that are going on. There's a really nice one that they're doing for this hour, 2 pots of fusion, and then an IOD stamp. I don't know if you've seen those are absolutely brilliant. I really want to try them out on some fabrics actually. I think that would be a really good idea, but you can use it for furniture or fabrics. So you text 770, you text the letters CMUL55, you put how much you're going to donate, £1, £100, £5, just £1, that'd be fine. The number is 770, so don't forget to share this as well. Remember, we are raising money for Mental Health Awareness Week. The money is actually going to the charity Mind. My mum's got dementia, so, and I'm sure probably I'm already well on the way to getting it as well, along with loads of other mental health issues. We're all affected by it. We all know somebody that's affected by it. So donating would be just a really great thing to do. I'm gonna have to wipe my nose. Oh, sorry. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna get onto the pink, well, the damask. Damask is actually an old colour that got discontinued by Fusion, and they brought it back by popular demand. That's what I love about them, they listen. Okay, so I'm going to pour a bit of damask in, and I don't know if you realised earlier what I said was that I've been putting about 20% floaterol in. You could try it without, it may well work, I just haven't, so I can't say. Right, where's my sticks gone? There we are. There's my sticks. Okay. So, stir. Can't really see, but you can, literally, the floaterol is white. It's very obvious when it's mixed in. So I'm mixing more of the damask because I want this as my kind of base colour. Okay. Same colour as the wool you're using. Huh. I feel like this is getting stuck, the messages. Hello Janie. When you show how to donate, oh, the mirror, of course it is. I didn't think of that. I should have flipped the photo, shouldn't I? I won't bother holding that sign up again then. Right, so we've got our damask. And I'm actually going to reuse some of the colours that I had from before. I'm going to use some of the Little Lamb, which is the perfect mid-grey, and I love the grey undertones in the damask, so I think that's going to work. I actually want to, I want to put some kind of weird and wonderful colours in as well. I'm going to put a bit of gold in, because I love pink and gold. Have you seen a lot of these interiors lately with pink and gold? It sounds horrific, doesn't it? But absolutely lush. So, I'm going to mix the gold with some floaterol. Right, but not a lot. The metallics I think is more of like a little kind of like a highlighter, like you would with makeup or something. So that and a tiny bit of floaterol. It's interesting, some of the metallics are more liquidy than others. But I think the weights of all, I've said this earlier, the weights of all the different paints, it's really interesting. When I post paint out, they weigh different amounts. And that's because they have different amounts of pigments. They're not just a paint where there's a base and they just inject a colour into it. They are literally all made from the ground up. I'm going to put a bit of champagne in. Champagne is a lush colour. It's sort of a, well, I can't say pearl because we do a pearl, but it is a pearly, taupey sort of pink. Really nice. So I'm not going to need much floaterol with that at all. Just a little bit. All precisely measured, as you've noticed. Right, give that a stir. Okay, so I'm going to put, just fancy putting this in. This is coral. I love this colour. I've done a little desk in it, and I put azure next to it. Oh my god. I I loved it. It's not in here, otherwise I'd show you. But I put those two colours together and oh, it was lovely. Really, really nice. Right, so this is just a little tester pot because I'm only going to use a small amount. And I'm going to put a tiny bit of blue as well. I just want a little bit of a blue. Right, hold on. Bit of float roll. Actually, what I could do is I could put azure. I've got some here. So I'm going to use the azure. Oh, so someone's put the link up for the Just Giving link. So if you want to go over. Ah, and Anna's asking, what am I painting? Anna, I'm doing the top of a table. So I don't know if you can see here in the background these little tables, just to fold up. What do you call them? TV tables, I think they're called. But I mean, they'd be great in a bedroom, or just with a lamp on it, or in your sitting room with a nice plant on it or something. So I'm just painting the top as a kind of feature using this acrylic pour. Okay, so I'm going to put a bit of azure, but not a lot. This is just going to be a little random highlight in there. Okay. I think I've put far too much float roll in that one, so I'll go back and put a bit more azure in. Okay. Right. Another stir. Hello, Rachel Dobson. What am I mixing the paint with? I'm mixing it with Floaterol and a stick. Is that what you mean? Floaterol is a paint conditioner. You can buy it on Amazon. And it's to keep the paint open and to keep the paint moving for a bit longer. That's why I'm using it. Okay, so I'm going to use a smaller container to try and stop myself from using so much paint. I'll let you go back and have another little look at the grey one in a minute. It looks really fab. This better turn out well. And also this time, haven't tried this before. Again, another experiment that could go completely wrong. Apparently, to get the cells, did you see the kind of the bubbles that were opening up? To get cells, you need to use silicone. Can't work out whether WD-40 is a silicone or not, but apparently, personal lubricant is. So there was me rummaging around on that shelf in Sainsbury's the other day to get some personal lubricant. We're going to put that in here and see what happens. Right, so damask is the main colour. So I'm going to start off with damask. I'm going to put like half damask in there. Then I'm going to put a bit of the little lamb. It's interesting because the paints don't actually mix together. It's amazing how they manage to stay separated. I'm going to put, no they're not because they haven't got any. Okay, so let's get some of these other colours going in here. The gold. Oh yeah, let's get a bit of this in. The azure. Sorry that I can't see all your questions. It's really hard doing this. Talking, reading, painting all at the same time. Personal. Yeah, it's good, isn't it, Fiona? Let's see if it works. Oh, and my daughter's like, oh, Mum. You can switch off, Emma, if you like. That's what we're here for, though, isn't it? To embarrass our kids. That's what we put on this earth. I know it certainly works. Okay. That's a lot of them. Oh, making a mess as usual. Right, so I'm just kind of layering up the colours. There's no science to it. Well, maybe there is, but I don't know of any. You just literally keep layering them up. Not too much. Not too many layers. I think that you wouldn't get enough separation and distinction between them if you did. Okay, I'm just going to... Well, I'm trying to use up all the paint here. So I'm going to just put a tiny bit of silver in there. What the hell? Okay. Now this time I'm going to do 4. I used a... Let me just show you what's happening over here. I poured it in a sort of diagonal motion because I was trying to get it to look like marble. And I think that we have achieved that. It's really glossy. So this is going to be the top of the table. It's one of these tables. I've painted the base already to match in ash, and I've got another one over there in the damask. Ah, right, so Sarah Pelly is saying, and she's reminding me, people to share. Share, share, share. It's all for a good cause, absolutely. Right, so I'm going to start the next colour. I'm going to change. Okay, hoping you're going to be able to see this. Kind of. Right, I'm going to tip it up, and then actually what I'm going to do is hold it up, okay? And we'll see what happens. So I'm going to tip it at one end, the whole lot. Oh. Right. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can see that. Look at the colour. Wow, that's not the colour I thought it was going to be. Look what's going on. Oh, I forgot the KY gel. Personal lubricant. After all that. Oh well, there you go, Emma, you're safe. See, actually you can see on this one there isn't so many, as they call, cells opening up. Now apparently that's what the KY jelly does. Personal lubricant, for goodness sake, Kate, stop saying that. Actually it's quite fun, that. Look at the colours. Ooh. Right, oh, we have 76 people, 80 people watching. Thank you. Can you give me lots of emojis and things, and please share this. And don't forget, this is all for a good cause. It's interesting actually, because I think painting is definitely good for the soul. If you're feeling depressed, if you want a little escape, get some paint and paint something. A picture, a piece of furniture, whatever it might be. Do you know what? I don't think we've got enough paint on this one. The other one we had too much. It's kind of hard to say how much paint that you're going to use, because obviously it depends on the thickness, and to a certain extent it depends on how slippery the surface is that you're painting onto. Hi from California, how cool is that? Very therapeutic. Shut up, Sarah Pelly. Right, I think I'm going to have to add some more paint because we're not getting enough around the edges. So I'm literally going to dump some extra paint into it. It's just a couple of corners here, which is a bit of a shame really. Now I can't do it because I can't do it on here, but you could blow with a straw and it would get the paint moving a bit more. Blowing myself isn't working. You could also, to have a play, get cocktail sticks and drag it across. You know how like you ice a cake? You can do a bit of that too on here. Don't know if you can see this, sorry, I keep forgetting about the camera. Having too much fun. Making loads of mess. Right, so not many cells. So I think this is an ideal one to drag something across it. And of course, I don't have anything to hand. I could use, I'm going to use the tip of a trowel. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play a bit and see what happens. I don't know if you can see this, just sort of drag. I don't actually like that. But, well, you can see how that sort of is pulling the lines. But now I've done it, I suppose I'm going to have to do some more. Okay, let's get some more paint into the corners. I'm just going to literally use up what's in the cups and just tip it and spread it. That's a bit of metallic there. And hopefully that will join up in a sec when I tip, because you're kind of adding to the slip. Does that make sense? mean, it will look a little bit different, that corner, but at least it won't be bare wood. Oh, that's all right. Right, I'm going to put some more in this corner. I don't know where that yellow came from, that's the gold. I'm going to put a bit more in this corner to fill the gap. And I'm going to put a bit of more of the azure. No, we haven't got enough of it. Just anything just to fill this gap in over here. It's really difficult actually because you've got kind of like the edges. And I'm going to just smooth out this bit here. So you can do that actually. Smoothing out works, she says, making it up as she goes along. Right, so I'm just going to give this a bit of a bang and a bit more of a tip so that it smooths those extra bits of paint that I've put in out. Okay, so I hope you've been sharing this. I hope you're donating. You will get the chance to win one of these tables. I somehow wonder which is the one. You can choose which one, and I don't know if it's going to be this one. This isn't as good as the other one. Let's go back and have a look. Ah, that mess at the other one. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going to have to wipe my hands. I can't literally pick the phone up with this much paint on my hands. So, right, we haven't got much longer. I thought it was going to take ages. Well, not ages, I thought it was going to be much quicker and that you're all going to be really, really bored. Well, you could still be really, really bored, I don't know. Okay, let's just see if there's any more questions and things. Okay, so people are putting links in here for you to know what's going on. There is a prize this hour. I didn't have any lunch. So don't forget, you text to 770. The code is CMUL55, and then you put the amount that you want to donate. So, yeah, this is the one that's going to go on the ash base over there. And this one, oh, I don't know. I quite like it now. I've come back and had a second look. It's quite fun. That would look quite nice in a girl's room maybe, because it's got the damask base, which I love. So they're good. So what do you think? So someone's asked, how long does it take to cure when poured? Fusion mineral paint will dry within a couple of hours. This definitely takes at least a day to dry. I've been surprised. Overall, fusion mineral paint dries by evaporation. So do all water-based paints. So to fully cure and fully harden takes 21 days. Jane Woodward says it's a unicorn table. It is, isn't it? Well, it could be. But I'm liking this one. And I'm really liking the way it's gone around the edge. Look at that. So yeah, 21 days. But honestly, these are, you know, Blue Peter styles, the ones I did earlier. And this one. And that's the beauty of Fusion as well. Look, scratchproof. Fabulous stuff. And okay, that's fairly thick on there, and that was quite a bit of paint, but the top of that unit was ruined. It was like a whole new surface. Yeah, I agree, Ruth. The first one looks better, doesn't it? It's a complete experiment. I thought this was the one that was going to come out beautifully, but that's weird, isn't it? And I don't even know where this sort of yellowy colour came, because we had, these are the colours that I used, azure, the coral, the damask. I did use some gold, admittedly, but I wouldn't say that's gold, that's more yellow, isn't it? So, don't forget to share this. You've got 5 more minutes to put up with me. Anyone in USA, apparently Home Depot for Floetrol. Well, I know you have Home Depot in Canada too, so I expect that's right. Yes, Jane, it definitely does have a longer curing time than normal, for sure, because it's just so thick, and you know, paint dries by evaporation. So if it's really, really thick, obviously, it just takes longer for the water to evaporate, because it's literally trapped in all those layers. So, thank you, Shelley, and Pat as well. Right, so I'm going to tell you who's coming up after me. So after me, we have Mandy from Rustic Roses. She uses a lot of intro paint. She's got some good techniques that I think she's going to be showing people. Sounds like it'd be really interesting. After that, between 5 and 6, it's Ziggy from Somerset Reloved. Is that how you say it, Ziggy? Is that a proper UR accent? Sarah will tell me if it is or it isn't. Thank you to Kimberly as well. And then between 6 and 7, we have Fiona from Tallulah Ravens Emporium. Not quite sure what she's doing, but I'm sure it'll be fab as well. And then we have Claire from TaylorMade. She's between 7 and 8. Between 8 and 9 is Vicky from BB's Rescued. And between 9 and 10, we have Nikki from Done Up North. You've got to watch her. Her stuff's amazing. She uses fusion as well. Not that I'm biased in the slightest. But she's a lady from Done Up North that does all the stuff with the masking tape and things. I hope she's using that tonight, otherwise I've just messed that up for her. And then it'll be back to the madness that is Paula and Manda at the end. So let's hope that we raise loads and loads of money. Please donate. You never know, you'll get a chance to win this table. I know also there are 2 fusion pots of paint given away just in this 1 hour that I'm doing, along with a really big stamp from IOD. Fantastic, really fantastic. Georgia B. Owen, I'm trying to picture you tilting that really big one. Yes, it was a nightmare, Georgia. I won't touch it again because if you keep fiddling with it and tipping it, it goes like this. It ends up all zigzaggy. So really resist the urge, even if the paint's falling off the side, to tip it too much. But I actually did want it to fall off the side. Look, can you see? Because I'm hoping that's going to make it actually look like marble, you see. So I think that's pretty nice. So that will win if you want. And also there's a link that you can sign up to win a £50 fusion voucher. I'll post that in the messages afterwards and see what happens. Right, 2 more minutes. I'm absolutely running out of things to say almost. Apart from, I just keep going back and looking at this. Look at the cells. See now, apparently if we'd put the personal lubricant in, we would get more of these, which is interesting because I didn't use it in this, and we've got cells. And I didn't use it in this one, which I was meant to. And we haven't got any cells whatsoever. Well, a couple here popping through. But it develops over time. Apparently you can apply heat, a heat gun, and that has an effect as well. So, oh, you meant the big one on the floor? It's so big. It's not that big. It's a coffee table. It's a round one. It wasn't that big. I tell you what was the biggest one to do with that one, and I did that on my own. I lifted that one on my own and tipped it and what have you. That was fun. Right, 1 more minute just to say this is Mental Health Awareness Week, and today is the day. We're raising money for Mind. It's a fantastic charity. We all know that we've got someone that's been affected by this. I'm going to turn it around and say, so please, please, please share these videos, watch them and donate. There's some great prizes coming up. I just want to show you my fusion mineral paint stand in the background. Anyway, I think I'm done. So we are going back to Paula from oh, my brain's gone, honestly. Blah, 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 blah. Paula's going to take over and tell you what's coming up. Thank you.
Angels watching over me with smiles upon their face.